Hi everyone, good morning to you all. Hope you're all well today. Welcome in here everybody. How are we all doing today? Everybody okay? Welcome in here. It's say hello if you're watching. Hello everybody, is everyone okay? Welcome in here everybody. Right, got 2 people in here. You alright everybody? Just let me know who you are. Hit that like button. I think I'm going to put a poll in the chat. This is on high risk, high reward versus low risk, low reward. I'm going to do that. Hello Tiger, how you doing? Hope you're well. Welcome in here everybody. Hope your day's going well so far. So alright, we got a vote. Yeah. Thank you for the like. Yeah. There's just you in the chat at the moment, I see. There's 4 people watching, so yeah, if you're here, yeah, say hello. Yeah. I don't really have any planned topic or anything, but just gotta see how it goes really. I usually just kind of make it up as I go along really. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's a bit of a stupid one. Maybe I should just, I don't know, I'll just probably, oh yeah, I saw something about the Epstein files. I don't know, I was just trying to think of some kind of poll. I'll just end that. Hello, Katerina, how you doing? Good day, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, you okay? Yeah, welcome to my live. Hit that like button, everybody. Yeah, good day. Yeah, I'm from the UK, if you hadn't guessed. How you doing, Punch? Hope you're well today. Right. So, yeah, I don't know. Just not really got anything planned. So. Yeah, about the Epstein files or something. Apparently, like something about Elon Musk. Yeah, we talk different topics and stuff, but I haven't really planned anything. But there was this thing with the apparently like someone was saying because the reason why like Elon Musk was saying Trump's in the Epstein files or something because he's just bitter that he didn't get to go to the Epstein Island or something apparently because apparently there's been some leaked emails saying that that basically where he couldn't they couldn't go or something. Yeah, apparently like he was sending out some email asking Jeffrey Epstein if he could go to the island, but then was declined or something. So he was maybe he was bitter at that, and I don't know. It's apparently this was apparently after when he was found out to be an offender. So basically, and then there was something about Bill Gates or something having close connections with Epstein as well, and it's a real mess, isn't it? All these people who are linked to it, but I don't know. It's all none of it's really a surprise, is it? Really? I mean, there's people who think that they're above the law, and it's like I saw this thing about like Richard Branson, and there was something like like what's it called? It was on some show, right? And he was like kind of harassing some female, but it's like he got away with it because he's a billionaire or something, and it's just really movie explainer. Well, thank you. Although deja vu blah. So yeah, just saying how these elites and stuff, and they think that they're so powerful. And thank you, Carol. They think they're so powerful. They think they can just get away with anything. They think that they can just do whatever they want because they've got power, and so they tend to oftentimes abuse that power. They abuse it's like how you get politicians abusing their authority and thinking that they can just do whatever they want. So some people say something like power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. But some argue that seeking to have such power would actually be corrupting of itself. What do you guys think then? I mean, it's just all, to me, very nefarious, and just people thinking that they can just get away with anything, don't they? Hello John, hello House, B Realm, hello Creeper, how you doing? Hope you're well today. So the people start getting like cocky. They start thinking they can do anything. Well, we would hope so, but hello John. Yeah, there's all these like rings, and it's just crazy, and all these, it's like, remember that there was that whole Pizzagate thing, wasn't there? And it was like the whole, something to do with, Clinton was supposed to be, hello Yessie, oh thank you. And now I'm number 2. Yeah, it's just, you're a psychopath. And I was just watching somebody's video. I didn't get through the whole thing, but just this very quite negative person. It's like, where it's like he's saying that he hates everyone, he hates everything. It's just, but it's like, I don't know. I've been down where I've been a bit bitter, and not that I hate everyone or anything, but at times I've been a bit. I haven't really seen too much about it, really, but I've seen some people on it and stuff. But like this guy who hates everything and is bitter about things, and we have to try not to let things like that kind of bother us. Basically, can I rap? Not really. I know somebody that does rap, but hello, Fatim. I don't know what's that mean. What is that? Anyway, I hope you're all well. Hit that like button, everybody. If you're new here, subscribe. Please, that would be really appreciated. But yeah, it's just, we can't just have this bitterness, it's just, life's too short to be kind of being bitter and hateful and all that. I just don't think it's worth it, We should try to sort of see the good in life, just try to just find some kind of enjoyment and find, hello Justin Stone. Sometimes people will, blame their upbringing or whatever, and it's like, we cannot, sort of dwell on things, and I remember, yes I do. We can't dwell on certain things, we can't hold grudges, and, it's like some of these people might just need to kind of seek some kind of, help or whatever. Maybe they need somebody to guide them into a more positive direction or something. What do you mean, Chris Terry? What do you mean? I mean, as in like the whole evolution thing, is that what you're saying? I mean, yeah, like we've evolved from different, like, what do you call it, like primal sort of, anyway. But it's kind of like odd how some people like believe that the Earth is only 6,000 years old or whatever, but anyway, I digress, but yeah. What do you mean, not all men? Not all men what? I don't understand this question. What do you mean, Andrea? I'm just kind of talking, just free-flowing my thoughts and stuff, but yeah. What do you mean, John? Jay Biggs, thank you. Or Caveman. Oh yeah, hello Nab. How you doing? Yeah. There's no like Epstein file stuff, or do you not really bother with that? I don't really look too much into these things. I mean, I've seen stuff about Elon Musk and like a couple of other people that are said to be in it or something, and wait, early. Oh, you got a laptop? Oh, that's good then. So that means you can like, I saw you put a new video. I haven't got around to watching it yet, but yeah, I've not seen you around for a few days, but yeah, it's just we can't really have this bitterness. It's like I see some guys or some women where it's like they'll be bitter about that. Oh, all women are this, or all women are, or all men are that. It's like, well, yeah, certain ones can be bad from both sexes, but there's a problem when you lump everybody together, and I think that's the problem with some of this, like, whether that be red pill or whether that be the feminists as well, who will just kind of lump everybody together. But I feel like there's a lot of echo chambers where, yeah, people have had bad experiences and then anyway, just moved to the new place and went out here and there. Might be moving again in March out to a villa. Oh, nice. I suppose, you can get a villa quite cheaply over there. So, and you guys take the cold extremely well. You guys actually like it. I mean, up to a point, yeah. Some people really don't like the cold, but I can deal with the cold. It's, Have you tried narrating A Million Years, A Galaxy Far, Far Away? No. I'm not Aussie, no, I'm British. Yeah, it's fun when it's snowing and stuff, yeah. Yeah, sausages on the barbie, that's Australian. But yeah, I've been having some deep thoughts on reality and stuff, and yeah. But yeah, just trying to like kind of I guess just try and figure out things, but then again, the problem is when you try to figure things out, but then you never fully understand anything. 300 a month, furnished, gated compound, 2 stories, pool and balcony. Oh, nice. That's good. No, not from Manchester. I'm originally from Blackburn. I live in York now. I'm not good at multitasking. Well, I'm not anyway. Well, yeah, that's what they say, innit? Well, some say that technically we can't multitask, as in, like, nobody can, because it's like the whole thing, what is it? Try patting your head while rubbing your stomach or something like that. And most people can't do that. Has anyone ever tried that before? Doing some exercise, yeah. Have you never watched my shorts or anything? And I don't do it much on the lives these days. I used to do it on the live, but I was actually out at the gym yesterday doing a hard session, and yeah. But anyway. Oh, thank you, House. Anyway, hat is a chrysalis. What do you mean? Hat is a chrysalis. What do you mean by that? Hi, Annie. How are you doing today? Oh, you have a hat shaped as a chrysalis. Isn't a chrysalis like, if I remember, like, you got butterflies and stuff, and you've got, like, the chrysalis or something that's between kind of like a caterpillar and like a butterfly or something. Hang on. Flower. Wait a sec. What do you mean? Well, you get in a lot of trouble for that, wouldn't you? Get some more reps and then body weight stuff changed, trying to failure, see how it, I mean, I can do, like, I do a lot of reps and stuff, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. I was doing a lot of, did a lot of reps yesterday. I was actually feeling pretty tired when I got home, so, yeah. Yeah, I was doing a lot of different stuff, and yeah. Yeah, 3-minute shorts. Yeah. I'll have to try something. So what I'm going to start doing is tagging a bunch of creators. That could be a way to build it up. 3-minute sets are very difficult unless you're doing like low intensity stuff. A sets are probably not meant to last more than, say, 1 to like 2 minutes maybe maximum. Any more than that's more endurance, I think. I've done like, I once did like over 80 squats with like 20 kilograms. So I'd use the bar, and that took me like nearly 3 minutes to do. But that's more endurance, I think, at that point. But yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, I can do like, film some outside stuff. Maybe I could show off some of the area, but yeah. Anyway. I mean, I did this thing where I went to failure on push-ups and then went on to knees to finish off to kind of get a few extra reps out. What's that? Only lifting heavy but with body weight, then do 1 minute set, 30 seconds rest, and another set, just go on it, then intense shorts will be good. Yeah. I was doing some like you could just do some like star jumps, or basically do some push-ups, and then what you do is you kind of just like intermittently switch the exercises up. It's a way of keeping your heart rate up, so it kind of like, it's like a cardio workout, but also with some bodybuilding as well. So anyway, yeah, I know. I've gained quite a lot already, so I mean, yeah. I think I'm probably about, let me think, I probably gained more than probably 30 pounds of muscle since I was with you. Yeah. I did fucking 5 minutes on the fucking cross trainer yesterday. That's some fucking cardio shit. That's my heart was like exploding on that. Went fucking hard, went fucking nuts on that thing. But yeah, I felt it like a lot in the legs. But yeah, but yeah, you don't just want to have like brute strength, but you want to have some endurance as well. But anyway, yeah. What's that? I suppose. Yeah. I suppose, yeah, for doing like longer, what you're saying that they might get more views or something. Yeah. So I did the TRX push-ups. I might put that out, but there's only a couple of reps on it. But I'm trying to like work on that. It's just like a stability exercise, and it's like it can take a bit to get used to. But you can change the angle to a more kind of like incline. But anyway, yeah, like about like best. I've done some stuff where I'd have the shirt off, but it's like I'm doing the what was it, the tricep stuff, and yeah, that's it. I might do cycle style burpees. I might try and see how far I can go with that, because I can do quite a few reps on those. So what you do is you just kind of, I could show you what I mean, but it's like it's more like cardio sort of stuff. But what's that? I'm the same, right? Still in a shell a bit, but yeah. I mean, I do show off and stuff. I don't do it in every video. It's just sometimes people find it a bit obnoxious if I'm doing it in every video, but maybe I should just ignore those people who are saying, oh, why do you keep taking your shirt off or something? Some of those people are probably just jealous anyway, so. It's, some people, they're just like, oh, why do you, like, whatever. Like, yeah. I don't know. What do you mean shielding myself from women? What do you mean? Yeah. Hello, Cat's Treasure. Do you get enough sleep? Yeah, I do, yeah. I always seem pretty tired and a little low on energy, or is it just an English thing? Well, I'm just kind of like chill, most of the time. Anyway, Mina, how you doing? I hope you're well. Hello, Adam. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Mina, hello. How you today? Hope you're well. But yeah, I want to try and get to being able to do the 3-minute push-up. I can probably do like 1.5 minutes or something like that. But I want to try. Maybe I should try and build that up and get to the full 3 minutes. It's very difficult though. It's yeah. Banks, Holiday, hello. Hello, Pyro. When you're avoiding them or not interested in it, but what I mean is just be open to it and maybe try chatting with some here and there. I mean, I'm kind of just, I'm just not really, I don't know, I just don't want to put pressure on things really, and that's always led to me kind of just end up, Hello, Chocolate Gelato, how you doing? But I've done that before. I've talked to women before, but yeah. But I'm kind of at a point where it's like, what do I even want it for, kind of thing. Unless I'm find like there's any kind of connection, then some people just want to get with somebody because it boosts their ego or whatever, and yeah. I mean, that's good that you've got that. It's good that you've got someone who supports you, and yeah, I want to keep open to it and stuff. I actually did talk to a couple of girls a while ago, but they were with somebody, so it was kind of a little sadie. Because I was like waiting for a bus home or something, and that's times where I've actually spoken to them. Why is it awkward? But yeah, it was just one of those things where I think they'd come over to see their boyfriends or something, and but yeah, it was just but anyway, that was yeah, I can do it. I've done it at times, and you know, I'm open to things if you know if it's like there's some say some say that you'll find the one when you're not looking or something. I've heard as well. Yeah, no, I don't want to die alone and all that, but yeah, I mean, I get that, and it's not even that I'm skeptical. It's just a little stressing and small. I mean, there's good people out there, but then, you know, I just don't want to get like, yeah. I don't know. I just found it would just take up my bandwidth. I get sort of like attached quite easily, and yeah, I just don't want to go down that again. And yeah, because I'm kind of like an all or nothing person, where it's like I'm either completely like detached or I'm like completely attached. It's sucked, but yeah. Well, yeah, well, that's so they say a healthy ego, like, because saying that ego isn't a bad thing inherently. It's when it becomes like hubris, when it becomes bad. I know what you mean. Just you can be attached to the right one, but just take your time. I think it's just about. I was talking with someone about this yesterday about when you're in the beginning stages, don't have any expectations. That's my problem, is that I would get, if they seem to be interested, then I would assume that, oh, well, actually, maybe this is the one. But then you can't think like that, because the chances are it's not. Ego is just sense of self. Yeah, that's what it defines as, is someone's sense of identity or you know, self-esteem or whatever. It's there's nothing wrong with that. Someone was trying to like argue. I think they were just trying to fuck around, but yeah, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yeah, being neutral and just playing it cool. That's what I tend to struggle with a lot. And yeah, but like you said, I shouldn't try to avoid it, just because then that's just trying to sort of distract yourself, and then yeah, because like, why would you invest in it right away if you don't even know like whether you're gonna actually connect or anything? So yeah, a healthy ego is important. Nothing to do with selfish or to be arrogant. Exactly. Remember, you're the captain of your own ship, and if they want to ride with you, let them. But you can walk them off at any time, and it wouldn't matter. So yeah, if it's not going right, and if they start disrespecting you or being unfaithful or whatever, then yeah, then that can be your time to jump off that ship, and yeah, or not jump off. You would let them off the ship. So yeah, sort of thing. Yeah. Hello, Death Bat. How are you doing today? Hope all is well. Thank you all for joining me this morning. So what I'm going to try and do, do some of the shorts, and then you can actually link people into the shorts. Exactly, I learned the hard way. Yeah, because I know you was with your kid and all that, and I suppose like you've got that kind of insight there of how ruthless things can be. But some say though that basically that what you get is a reflection of yourself in some way. Like, so I don't know if there was something. I don't know if there's something that happened to you possibly that led to this happening. But some say that when you get some toxic person or whatever, then that might signal some issues with you deep down that are unresolved. Because I was talking with someone yesterday in the chat, someone called Andrea, and she's like, she apparently attracted a lot of emotionally unavailable men, which I'm thinking, well, if that's all you're attracting, then is there something going on inside you that has attracted all that? And she said, yeah, she's had some, because she's had some issues in the past. And hello, Kieran, how you doing? Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness. Yeah, collabing. I mean, I'm just saying, if we maybe, get a few, what we can try and do, link other creators together. All you have to do when you do a video, just, if you want to, okay, John, whatever. Karma, hello. I think the right turn to the Christie. What the hell are you saying? Yeah, exactly. Leave then. Hello, Agnetha Faults KOG. Oh, thank you. House in need of moderator. I'm doing it myself right now, but my uncle lived in Japan for about 3 to 6 months. How did that go? But yeah, so I tagged some people in the last short that I did. Hello, Simonas. I tagged a bunch of people in tagged the people in, and one of them actually saw it, so that may have potentially worked, but not everyone's going to see it. But yeah. Bro, I met with the video director for Justin Bieber, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, etc. He retired 35, and I met him here last year, and he's back in March. Oh, blimey. Wow, that's crazy. If you know someone who's a video director for them, then it's... Hello, Jace. How you doing? Yeah, I did go to sleep, yeah. I'm fine. Just it texts me sometimes a bit to come around when I get up and stuff. It's just... Yeah. Hello, Asis Charles. Yeah, I've been seeing some bits about that. But like I said, I try not to focus too much on that. Because, I don't know, it's just... It's all a bunch of it's like, well, how is watching all that gonna benefit me, to be honest? He made it in LA, man, and travelled SE Asia now in Madagascar, but he's back in March. Oh, cool. So what, are you gonna try and collaborate with him or something? Maybe you can try and, yeah, because if he's directed people like that, then that's crazy. I met him in Boracay last year and stayed in touch. He gave me so much advice, man. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because he must know how to, really sort of get videos popping off and stuff, if that's the case. But yeah, well, I think you're right on the shorts, and try and make them longer. Try and get them more kind of, yeah. Still chat on WhatsApp with him. Yeah, he asked me to film his stuff with him. Yeah, that's good. So what you see? Why would you film stuff with him? Are you getting something out of that then? Hello, Ivy. No, I don't. I've actually played it a little bit. I once learned a little bit of stuff, but not just with videos, but with women. Oh, cool. All right. Oh, it's Norwegian. All right, Norwegian. Yeah. Yeah, Norwegian. Does he have like a channel then or anything? Or is he just kind of somebody that's like behind the scenes? But they're saying it's not what you know, it's who you know. But if she's not clingy, she's not for me. I mean, if they're like too clingy, then that could be a problem. But then, if they're a bit clingy, I think that's good. But yeah, I think it's just a balance really of like, if they seem too kind of like avoidant and not really, you know what I mean? He made a channel and he's doing well. All right, would you be able to like share that so people can go and check it out or something? Although do or for he, or is he trying to be like anonymous with all that or something? Yeah. Hello, Usman. I don't know. I don't know much about that, but why do they need a third runway? Why do you sound like an effing robot? That's just how I am, you know. Just if you don't like it, then you know where the door is. About 6'4". I could maybe share it. I'll ask him. Oh, fair enough. Hello, Mohammed. Yeah, I'm British. Yeah. Nice to meet you all. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Alright. Yeah. Let's have a drink. Hi, anxiety. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Thank you for the 9 likes, everybody. Okay. But yeah, we'll have to see about, yeah. What's that? He would probably be okay with it, to be honest. But yeah, I can ask him anyway, maybe just with you and you can share it after. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Hello, Busy Slim. I don't drink alcohol. Hello, Mr. K. Silva. Now, because it might be your microphone that's making you sound like 1960s news reporter. What? Is my microphone really that bad? Hello, Israeli, how you doing? Today was bicep day. How did that go? Yeah. Did you get a good pump or something? Joshua, a lot of people just like want to go for the pump. Hello, Sophia, how you doing? Hello, Jake. So great and awesome to see you here on stream. So see you. Your vids are awesome, by the way. A channel called the Sanity Machine in YouTube is inviting you to his stream for debate. Oh, I don't know who that is. The Sanity Machine. Really? What do they want to debate me on? Let's have a look. What's this? The Sanity Machine. Is that an actual channel? 20 push-ups. Not right now, Pixel Pulse. The Sanity Machine. Oh, alright, 4.44k subs. What do they want to debate me on? Right, so what do they talk about on there? Let's have a look. There's some esoteric stuff, really. Alright. What's disrespectful? Sorry, what do you mean, Sophia? As long as you get full range of motion and no swinging, yeah, that's it. It's just, what we're talking, oh yeah, and about the bicep curls, yeah. Hello, Dua Farhin. Yeah, people keep going on about the sound, I mean, I don't know. Let me just try and, like, I was doing something where I was like, trying to, what was I using to try and get rid of the bits inside it? If there was anything still inside the this thing that was blocking up the audio or something, I don't know. So look, where was it? I had something that was like it could do it, but I have like I don't know. I don't think there's. I don't know. I don't know. Really, it's not that bad. Is it? Hips, sore, shoulders, swinging. Yeah, it should all be like strict form because it's you want to isolate the biceps and that. Yeah, I think that's. I don't know what. I had something that I used to try and get out the. Hang on. I don't think it's gonna. No, I don't know. It shouldn't be that bad, really, should it? Try it laying down with cable or back, I guess, or you could do like preacher curls as well, or you kind of using a. Yeah, there's that as well. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Yeah. You can comment him on his community post. Okay, you're welcome. Right. So yeah, I do a lot of like talks on different subjects and stuff, but yeah, seated. Yeah, I actually did it looks a bit goofy, but like you can actually do it on a lat pull down machine. So instead of doing the lat pull downs, you would actually go like you'd take the lat and then you would kind of do that. So some call it overhead bicep curl. So that's another way that you can do it. So you could actually just train your, you can do a few different exercises on the lat pull down machine. You can actually do rows on it as well, depending on how. If you lean backwards more, it becomes more like a row. And then if you flare out whilst doing it, it becomes like a high row. So you can sort of do different exercises with the lat pull down machine. Yeah. What's that? Do them all. Yeah, there's a reverse grip as well that can work the biceps more. So I know like Dorian Yates talked about doing it that way, which will rows are a good one. But you can do like rows with just your body weight, and that works as well. And you can change the difficulty depending on, like if you're a beginner, you want to really tuck your legs to make it easier. Hello Stargazer, how you doing? Yeah, no, reverse grip tends to do more, but if you want to isolate your biceps more, then like I said, I would turn it more into a bicep curl. You can do that with the bar as well. I made videos on that before as well, on the body weight bicep curl. So if you could just have access to like some bars, like maybe you have some parallel bars, and then you have a pull-up bar, and you can just do that with that. So you could do chin-ups as well as that for biceps as well. So but chin-ups are a good one as well. That can hit the biceps. Yeah. Hello, Dhruva. How you doing? What you could do is like when you're doing a chin-up, is to like pulse at the top for a few seconds. I've done that before, where you would do pulse at the top of it, and then slowly lower yourself down. So you just do a single rep with like a 5 to 10 second pulse, and then a few seconds down. So that's like it's like time under tension and all that. So yeah, Arnold was one of the best bodybuilders. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a lot better than the new ones because they just became too big. I think it became about size at all cost. Where it's like they start to look inflamed and like really unnatural looking. I mean, obviously he was on some gear, but yeah. Dhruva says suggest some therapy exercises to strengthen glute muscles. I would say glute bridges or hip thrusts, basically, if you want to isolate your glutes more. Or another one would be just like the kind of like good mornings as well. I think might be a good idea as well, where you kind of just for like just simple stuff to get started, which are that's gonna train your hamstrings a bit more, but yeah, they'll always still train your glutes as well. But anyway, well, the anonymous Yankee, how you doing? Hope all is well. What you're saying, wordways, what does that mean? What are those, like, abbreviations or something? Anyway. Yeah, is everyone okay? Yeah, new bodybuilder have a big balloon stomach. Yeah, it's called palumboism, or GH, they call it, where it's like, because of, well, there's been different theories on why it occurs, but some say it's just the amount of food that they're consuming is leading to, like, basically a lot of water retention, but some are also saying that there might be enlargement of organs as well, and that might be triggering it as well. It's just not good luck, is it? But it's like you look at, say, Ronnie Coleman and like him towards the end of his bodybuilding career, and you can see like the distended gut. Rice bucket, I've heard about that. I've seen like, I think Jesse Pollack does that actually, the rice bucket thing. I think he does something like that. I've also seen people talk about the grip trainers as well. Like apparently they're a good exercise for grip strength. Does anyone have a grip trainer? Because some people would use them to try and improve grip. Oh yeah, all right. Are you off now, Nab? So you look distinctively Serbian. No, I'm not from the Balkans. No, I live in the UK and I've always lived in the UK. As far as I'm aware, my family have always been from the UK, and yeah. What you're saying, you're on about like plant-based protein, probably like nuts or beans or something like that. In fact, what was they call them? What do they call it? Lupin beans or lupini beans, whatever they're called. They're a really good source of plant-based protein. So yeah, look into them. Or there's other ones like black beans are good as well. Like a lean source of protein. But yeah, thing with nuts is they tend to be quite high in fat as well. But if you want a leaner source of protein, I would say black beans or probably like, yeah, stuff like that. I think lima beans and there's other types of beans, but yeah, like I said, the lupini beans, they're like a really good source of protein. They're like, yeah, they're high in protein. There's not much fat. There's not even much carbs in them. They're like, yeah, there's a lot of protein. Hemp seeds are pretty good as well, but they are quite high in fat. But they do have a good source of omega-3. So anyway, I mean, it's not really true though, is it? I mean, beans. You know, when you cook beans, it actually gets rid of most of the anti-nutrients. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like what you're talking about there, but yeah, there's a lot of like bullshit around that. Like, it isn't actually like as big of a thing as what people make it out to be. Yeah, Jake. I mean, London is a shit. I mean, it's just a lot of it's just, I don't know. It's just the people and just all the crush of people just rushing around. It's awful. And I was walking through London. It was just people everywhere just rushing around, and I can't be doing with shit like that. It's bad enough where I live, you know. It's bad enough here in York where it's just people rushing around all the time. Like, hello, Wyatt. I mean, it's just it's not all to do with like immigrants and stuff. It's just there's people who are, I don't know, it's just rushing around everywhere. It's just all the hustle and bustle. The food is amazing here, man. So much meat, veg, and rice, eggs, and so cheap. Just next door, there's a place I got plenty for stuff, like £2. Barbecue meat, pork, or fish, and veggies, a bit of rice. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good then. That's how much was that then? Yeah. Yeah, that's all good. It's all fresh then, yeah. Oat's natural. I mean, not completely. I would say like there's more. There's like, I've heard like there's one called steel cut oats which are a bit more natural, but I mean oats are not bad. Oats have good nutrients like beta glucan, but anyway. Hello, Vincent K. How you doing? Am I straight? Yeah. Why? How is it with these comments? Anyway, hope you're all doing well today. But there's also a lot of nutrients in beans as well. So it's one of those things is that, yeah, they might have some anti-nutrients, but every food has its downsides. I don't think there's any perfect food out there, Well, some argue that blueberries are one of the healthiest foods out there. But every food has some downsides, like whether it be toxins or whatever. But it's the amount that you consume of them that is the problem and stuff with certain things. Something which I have personally coined as selective complexity. What the hell is that? Selective complexity. You just made up your own term there. Bro flexing his voice without even flexing. Okay. I'm doing fine, thank you. Draw sweet. How you doing? So what does that even mean then? Selective complexity. It sounds like you just made up some word salad or something. $3 maybe. Is that bucks as in £3 or $3 or? Yeah, for all that, it's a pretty good price, isn't it, to say the least, yeah. Or Shelley. Shelley who? Hang on. Shelley. I don't know, it's just Shelley. Not sure. Shelley. Anyway. Means you like the complexity of certain topics, but completely disregard the complexity of other topics, basically. I wouldn't really agree with that. I mean, I like to say I have an open mind, and it's just that people try and explain their viewpoints, and if I don't agree, then I can't, force myself to agree, really. We met in Mr. Mercy channel, but who was that? Was that a long time ago or something? I don't even remember that. Anyway, it's like, you can't force somebody to agree with you, can you? 30 large free-range eggs, man. White shell orange yolk from local supplier is 250 Philippine pesos. How much is that in pounds? It'd be a lot cheaper than what we have anyway. Well, I'm having a coffee. Oh, well, you go and enjoy that. Oh, no frills, no mercy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Yeah, I got confused then, but yeah, no frills. Yeah, that's right, yeah. I'm strong more in upper body than lower body. Yeah, that depends on what you train more, I guess. Do you do more upper body stuff? I mean, there's like trade-offs with it. It's like if you then did more lower body stuff, then you might find you're weaker in the upper body. It's all about priorities, really. It's like calisthenics guys and like gymnasts tend to not do a lot of leg stuff because they don't want to have a lot of bulk on their legs, which can actually limit them on their upper body strength. Maybe £3 depends on exchange rate. Yeah, well, that's a lot cheaper because you can get like a 6-pack of eggs now would probably be like, how much would that even cost you now in our money? Gnomes, what about gnomes, the forest creatures? I mean, we can talk about like if you've got anything you want to, share with us. Terminator! That's why boxers don't have too much leg muscle usually, yeah. Basically, because unless they're doing kickboxing or something, which would then, then they would use legs, but they can't use their legs as much, so, yeah. What the hell? 6-shot, oh yeah, be like, a lot of it's like not very good quality stuff, isn't it? But people say about like how a lot of stuff's dirty over there. What would you say about that? People saying that they get sick a lot eating food over there because it's not as like sanitary or something. But someone was saying how you might get used to it over time. Like you build some like immunity to it or something like that. I don't know, what would you say about that? Also, you see them in the forest. Oh yeah, right. But I think having some mass on your legs for like boxing is probably a good idea because it can help to like transfer power. You'd probably want some mass around like your hips area and like around your, because you do use a lot of momentum from your lower body to, but it depends on what weight class you're in and stuff. But yeah, but I think having strong legs is important for like longevity and stuff. Because if your legs are weak, then yeah, that can actually lead to functional decline in old age. Flirting online is not cheating. I don't agree. It is cheating. Because, like, why is it not cheating? I mean, that's obviously, yeah. I guess it's impolite to compliment a girl on a PFP. What do you mean? What's going on? Like, if someone's flirting, what do you mean? What you're saying? If you're with somebody, is that what you mean? If you're with somebody, then you're flirting with somebody else, then it's cheating. Yeah. Any kind of flirting is like with somebody else. When you're with somebody, it is cheating. I had this debate with somebody, and yeah. I wouldn't eat anything in the streets of India. I mean, I've not seen anything about that, but I've heard a lot of the street food in some of the more poorer countries, because of lack of regulations and stuff, it can, this might be why maybe there needs to be some regulation on certain things, but that might be the new bond, yeah. If you're willing to spend energy to talk flirty to someone that isn't your partner, just leave already. Exactly. That's what I mean. Some people just don't seem to have much, I don't know, it's of a backbone just to kind of leave and just tell them that, it's over or whatever. Because I had this woman that I was talking about it a while ago, that she was flirting with me and she would like talk to me, but she has a fucking partner. But then I ended up actually fucking telling him about it, and yeah, but apparently they're fucking engaged now. Like, what the fuck? This guy must be a fucking mega fucking simp. I mean, what the fuck? Anyway, some couples even do it together, accept each other messing around online because they don't believe it really means anything. But why need to do that though? Why would you, if it doesn't mean anything, why bother doing it? Oh, it's just messing, why though? I don't get it. Like, what do you really get out of that? I don't understand it. Because I wouldn't want to be doing that myself. Why would you need to be, why bring politics into what you're talking about? Okay, Ganesh, why are you asking that? Boredom at home, I imagine. Well, it's like, if you're that bored, then maybe there's something wrong there, I think. Those stargazer. Just runny shit sometimes, man, but yeah, you build immunity, not being sick yet or anything, really. Just avoid the holes, the dirty stands with no protection. It's easy to tell, really, what's good, right? So I remember there was this guy called, I think Ollie Dobson is called, and he said that he'd been sick when he'd been to like Thailand or whatever, eating food there. Hi, Australian fella. How you doing? Melbourne? No, I'm from the UK. What's going on? Hang on. Yeah. Hello, anyone 3537. What's going on here? Anyway, hit that like button, subscribe, and share the live out if you can. Yeah. What was that? Yesterday I was timed out. I don't know, you was probably saying something that got you timed out then. Australian Explore page. What are you on about? Hang on. Australian fella says I'm in Thorpedale. I don't know where that is. Hello, Vibing Flower. How you doing? If she entertains advances from others online, she can... Yeah, she's for the streets, innit, you know? If she entertains advances from others, then yeah, she's for the streets. Or if it's a guy, then he's a player then, basically. So, yeah. You know, it's just... You shouldn't... This is what I was arguing with someone. You should not be entertaining that stuff. If someone's trying to flirt with you, don't entertain it. Just say, I'm with somebody, this is not appropriate, something like that. So, like, yeah. Anyway, so I just now informed about you streaming on YouTube to the Sanity Machine, and he just now initiated his stream for you due to some issues by YouTube. He can't talk here, but he requests to reach. And then I'm not going on there right now, if that's what you mean. I'm just doing my thing at the moment. But I can maybe sort it out for another time, if that's what you mean. Yeah, put another shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, that's... Yeah, Dumb and Dumber, isn't it? Yeah, but I don't understand like why you would need to play around and by pretending to cheat on them. That's just weird to me. That's just some kind of weird shit to me. Oh, we're just pretending. We're just pretending to cheat because we're bored. The fuck? What's wrong with you? You know? Do I ever do live debates? I mean, I do like kind of, but sometimes with people in the chat have different opinions and stuff. Keep your hands clean with alcohol spray when you're gonna eat, or just being out. I've been well recently. When you find the spots and look after yourself, life is good, man. Never felt better. Oh, that's good then. You were saying a lot of the food over there is actually fresher and better for you, as opposed to a lot of the Western stuff that's just been, you know, hanging around in fucking warehouses for weeks and just, you know what I mean? It's a lot of it's just not picked ripe. A lot of the stuff over these countries, they're fresh. Like you'll get fresh bananas and stuff like that. Like you get these artificially ripened, not, yeah, you know what I mean? They're not naturally tree ripened. So they're not going to be as nutrient dense, are they, if they've had to like be ripened unnaturally and stuff, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it? Yeah, hello, Mujnir. Oh, blueberries are good, yeah. Yeah, not imported, that's the good thing, isn't it? So all your pineapples, all your, you know, your avocados and yeah, bananas. I'd love to taste some of the exotic fruit and actually be able to appreciate it for like what it really is, because, yeah, yellow inside and sweet, yeah, that's good. The person inviting should do the inviting rather than trying to reverse the responsibility to get people to chase them. Yeah, it's a bit weird that, isn't it? Yeah. Like, why are they just like desperate to try and get viewers on or something? Hello, Vindicated Rascal, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, how are you doing anyway, Stargazer? Damien says there's a spider on your wall. Okay, here we go with that again. Ghost, I think it's just chat mates mostly. Just about chat mates mostly. What you mean? I don't know. Heaven, hello, how you doing today? What was your question? Sorry, hang on. I do miss some questions, unfortunately. Where is it? Would you rather lose all your memories up to now or not be able to make new ones? I was saying it was a good question. I don't know. I'm not sure the answer to that one. I mean, because it's a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah, because both are not good scenarios, is it? 6 fresh sweet bananas for 30p. Yeah, whereas here, it's like 3 bananas. Even in like discount store, 3 bananas are probably about 40 pence or so. Maybe more. So you're probably getting like, it's like probably about maybe 60 to 70% cheaper from that kind of like, and they're probably better quality as well. So yeah. Are you in your senses? What do you mean? What do you mean? Am I in my senses? Hello, Adam and Teen Grips. How you doing? AS says Mr. JB in the house. Welcome in, AS. How you doing? Final Destination. Yeah, can we just this Final Destination keeps coming in with the same stuff about women and all that, always bringing up the same shit. It's like, do we really need to keep on doing that? Like I said, I don't think every woman's life is easy, and not every man's life is hard. It's like we have to kind of stop with the whole kind of from Ghana. Were they imported from Ghana, you mean? I thought you said they were from like local or something. I thought you said they were locally grown, or well, certain things will be locally grown. You can get like a lot of fresh stuff like rambutans and mangosteens and stuff that we don't really see a lot here. A lot of the fruits that you just don't really see much in the UK, like guanabana and like what else is there? I mean, I tried persimmons from like the shop once, and it wasn't that good. But maybe they'd be better actually from where they're from. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did you just getting like the? Yeah. Women live longer. Yeah, that's true, but they also have to like deal with a lot of stuff as well. I mean, there's things like pregnancy if they're actually like the pregnant, it's like if they ever have children and they have to deal with pregnancy, that's something quite now, of course, not every woman deals with pregnancy, but if they do, then that's quite can be quite difficult. But it's whether they fear it or not. But it's like they still got to carry a baby around, and then the childbirth can be quite nasty. Imagine like forcing out a newborn child. That could be quite excruciating. I mean, you just keep coming in with the same crap on this. It's like you just. I mean, I get what you're saying at times, but it's like we have to see it from the other side as well. Yeah. Nanny says, lol, I do miss pregnancy. I mean, not everyone can digest the harsh reality. Are you just here to just like fuck around or something? Like, you're always just coming here to just like say how easy women have it or something. But if you just keep going, I'll just have to like time you out again, because you just. Let's see, do you actually have a channel or anything? Like, I mean, Final Destination, 72 subscribers. So you actually do have a channel. You have some videos. Okay, VXZ19, how are you doing? It's not easy, but there is something special about carrying a life. Yeah, well, there is that. It's like something that's quite a sacred thing, and it's something that only a woman can do. And it's just that you get all these people saying that, calling, like someone who gives birth is a birthing person or something instead of a woman. It's like it just sounds very. You could say it's dehumanizing in a way. You think this is a cosmic accident? I feel for you. It's just you seem to have a very like negative view on the world. Maybe you're kind of like quite nihilistic or something. You can't hear shit. What are you talking about? No one else seems to be having problems, but a few people are just complaining. But the rest of the people it seems to be fine. It's like maybe it's just your mindset is just skewed, and you need to like sort that out because life isn't supposed to be perfect. You know, it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Hello, Bunny. Okay. What are we talking about? It's just there's this guy here that's just, you know, going on about women and whatever, and it's like, I think they want us all to be fighting against each other. It just ends up creating more resentment and stuff. The fuck? Can we not just like, well, let's not talk about self-deleting and stuff. I mean, like, let's just. But there are men who use marriage as well. Sometimes men use marriage to like, you know, to like basically let them basically cheat on women and stuff. It's like, so some men actually try to leverage it as well. It's just, what I'm saying is that both men and women can be, you know what I mean? Yeah, it can benefit both men and women depending on the scenario. Stoicism. Isn't stoicism kind of like I mean, like, how can you really say you're stoic but then you're just a nihilist or something? I mean, I'm wisest. Smart men never marry like me. Are you really that smart? Like, put a 1 in chat if you think this guy is actually smart. I mean, if he's like, really like, you really think that he's got such insights or something, I don't know. As Buddha said, life is suffering no matter what. Well, there is suffering, but there's also good to life. And maybe you're just seeing the dark, and that's, like, you just kind of, it's like something like that you just have a bias towards negativity or something. He has insights, but it's his opinion. What do you mean? But that's his opinion, yeah. But it's like when he's trying to push his opinions. I mean, you can't say that about every single mum. You don't know what led them into that situation, but anyway. Life is perpetual struggle and is not beautiful because it lasts forever, but beautiful because it does not. I thought you said that you believed in gods or something, and I don't know what you mean, like, what is it you actually believe in? It's like, I don't quite understand, or do you just believe that when you die you perish and that's it or something? I don't know. Maybe there's some people that believe in gods, but they don't believe in eternal life or something. He has his thoughts, but they aren't generally agreed upon, yeah. Well, I did talk about modern women, and I kind of, maybe I shouldn't have, like, done that, because then people start thinking I'm bashing on all modern women. But I'm talking about, when I talk modern women, I'm talking about a specific kind of women who become quite masculine and quite combative and like not very nurturing and feminine. So because they've been brainwashed, some of them, to think that they should be like that or something. So I do agree on some things that there has been, that I think some of these modern women have been tainted, but I think also men have, in a way. I think men have been tainted by this whole kind of just, I think social media has done a lot of shit to people, really. I don't think women actually really have it that good, to be honest. A lot of them end up on antidepressants and stuff. when they get to a certain age, especially if they've not found the right person to settle down with. I hear a lot of them are like crying on social media. I mean, you could say that they're just trying to get attention, but I think some of them really genuinely are fucked up in life, and they've just now realizing it. So, serious topic. The number one unaliving of fighting age men in Britain is self-unaliving. Work that one out. The quotes are to avoid AI algos and censorship. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's it's shit, isn't it? So I do agree that there's a problem there, and there's a problem that is not being addressed. Like, why are we not addressing it? Now, some people might say, oh, it's because men use more, like, sure methods of, like, unaliving, whereas women oftentimes will use things like other methods that are not as sure to do it. But I remember someone was saying that sometimes they might, this is what someone was claiming. I remember I was watching someone saying how that some of them might do that as a way to try and kind of, more like a cry for attention or something in some cases, that they'll hope that it doesn't work, but they'll sort of get, I don't know, that might sound quite a claim or whatever, but it's like, yeah, if they wanted to actually, go through with it, then it's sort of like, I don't know. There are some that really do, kind of. It's just that men tend to use more brutal methods or something, and I don't know. I mean, I didn't really want to get on this subject, but yeah, it's a very dark subject. I nailed it. What you mean? Less is more when makeup's concerned. Yeah, I agree. As The Rock says, know your roles and I mean, that's you know what I mean? But it's like, roles aren't necessarily some kind of predetermined thing. I mean, I don't think we should be forced into a certain role. I don't agree with that whole kind of idea that we're assigned roles at birth. But I also think that people shouldn't be like shamed if, let's say, if a woman wants to be a traditional woman, then she shouldn't be shamed for wanting to do that. Women here in Philippines are different, man. Yeah, for sure. Some get stung, but most are fit, feminine, and friendly. Yeah, fit, feminine, friendly is the slogan I hear a lot of people talking about. Like, that's what you want, is the 3 Fs. Some might say it's some kind of like satanic thing, FFF666. It's like there was that whole thing about women wanting what is it, 6-figure salary, 6 foot tall, and 6-pack abs. The 3 sixes. But yeah. What's that? You comment shit all day. What are you talking about? What are you saying, King Laws? And I wouldn't say all women are the same. I mean, that's not really. It's not fair to put everybody in the same box, is it? Gender doesn't determine your personality. Yeah. You're right. It's 6 inches as well as the other one. But some people say 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, and 6-figure salary. But it depends on where you're from, because that means different things. Jamie is frustrated at women for not conforming to his views on women. What you on about? How am I getting frustrated? What you on about? When did I say I was frustrated at women for not what are you on about? What's going on here? If anything, I kind of disagree with some of the things that Final Destination is saying about things that, yeah. The 4 6s, I got 2 of the 6s. Oh, really, what's 2 of the 6s have you got? Hello, Stars Elites, how you doing? They don't owe you nurture and care, you're a grown-ass adult. Well, okay, yeah, you're an adult, but it's like, well, if they're not gonna be like feminine and like friendly and kind, then what's the fucking point then? You know what I mean? Why would I want some masculine, combative kind of woman? Like, it's just not something I want, is it? Yeah. Hello, Gar Era. How you doing? I wish I had 2 of the 6s instead. I'm broke and stuck with this monster. Oh no, what monster you mean? Okay, this is getting quite heated in here, isn't it? Hello, Ezra. How you doing? But you know, it's just if you're with a woman, then do you not want someone who's actually like supportive and someone who's actually trying to nurture your nature? As in like, if they should be like, if anything, they should make your life easier. They should be making you feel less stressed, make you feel more. And you might say, oh well, if you're a real man, you don't need that. Well, then I don't need you then. You know what I mean? But they can get triggered if a man says they don't need a woman. But then they can say they don't need a man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah. I know, like, that men and women can be toxic, and is what I'm saying, but yeah. Anyway, only blame yourself, guys. If you stuck with a nasty narcissist, then it's your fault. Grow some balls and stand on your own till you find the right one. Yeah, I think I kind of agree, but it can be difficult, you know, if you're with the wrong person, because you've been in bad situations before, and yeah, it's easier said than done, but you do have to like just learn to stand on your own 2 feet, you know, like you said. Yeah. But it's not even just nurturing to you, but nurturing. If you ever want to have children, and then they want to be somebody who is going to actually be. Oh, thank you, Yummers. Want someone who can nurture, but it's like a man is like kind of someone who's ambitious, someone who has drive, motivation. Now, of course, everybody's different, but I think what I'd say is most men want a woman who is going to be supportive and someone who's by their side, who isn't just going to, just like be someone who just waits at the finishing line. You know what I mean? Anyway. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of men don't support each other. And I think the problem is we have too many simps who are just like, throwing themselves at these women that are not interested and just trying to, they just don't get anything out of that, and it's a waste. But if you're with some woman, then she should be like supportive, I would say. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, if you love each other, you should be supporting each other. Yeah, Final Destination just has very extreme kind of. It's like the extreme form of that whole men not, kind of dating kind of thing. You know what I mean? Men walking away and all that kind of shit. I think it's just like you get some really extreme sort of people with extreme views, and some of them really objectifying women and stuff like that, and I don't like that personally. It's hello, Rye Charles. Oh really? I don't know about that. Hello, Big C. TBH man, I'm starting to hate why would you hate your parents? That's not very nice, is it, I mean, didn't ask to be born, but I was. But even many women say that they wish they were born as a man, so we might be missing something. Yeah, it's kind of like different perspectives on things. It's like everybody wishes to be something different, really. Yeah, I think Final Destination probably needs some therapy, but everybody wishes to be something different. Like, nobody has it perfect, We all have our, sort of like strengths and weaknesses, and it's like sometimes I wish I was shorter, so I would find a lot of the calisthenic stuff a lot easier. But then it's like short guys wishing they were taller. It's like everybody has their struggles, is what I'm saying. But you just have to crack on and just deal with life. Life isn't supposed to be perfect, is it? Well, it's not. It's just not perfect. That's just how it is. That's just nature, really. But yeah, no one asked to be born. It's not something you ask for. But here we are. Take yourself back to nothing if you want. Well, but then it's like they'll say, oh, but they just have a survival instinct and they can't help it. You just have to make the most of the life that you have. Try to just cherish it for what it is, really. But yeah, everybody has their own kind of downsides and whatever. It's just... Anyway. Hope you're all doing well, people. Hello, okay. Just here for an experience, man. That's it, we're on this roller coaster called life, We just have to embrace it. Embrace that there is going to be some struggles. Like, Final Destination, do you actually work out or anything? Maybe do something like that that's going to get those endorphins rushing, and just maybe do some meditation or something. And hello, Samuel. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's just like I was watching this guy earlier, and I didn't watch the whole video, but had this very negative, view of things. Like, he said he hates everything. He's really bitter about women, and he says, oh, I don't really even want to like talk to them and stuff. It's like, it's the same kind of stuff with this really negative kind of, view of the world, where it's like, when you're so bitter, it's like, where you don't hardly even want to exist anymore, then you know that you really need some help. So you literally egged it on. I mean, I'm just trying to like understand where people are coming from. I mean, he would have done that anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, he would have said all these things anyway. I'm just trying to like understand where people are coming from. I mean, I'm allowed to like share my views, and if you want to think it's shitty views, then, like I said, I don't say all women are bad or anything, and you know what I mean. It's like we've got to like be able to try and. Anyway, oh yeah, Carl Jung. It was just because like Nav was saying something about fit, feminine, friendly. Because I was saying about how a lot of modern women aren't very nurturing, and they don't really have like very feminine traits. And I'm not saying that all women are like that. So I'm not saying that it's bad necessarily. I'm just saying that I just don't think most men really want a dominant woman. It's just not very attractive to men. Like, I think there's a lot of times where a lot of these, these type of women become kind of like they don't get anybody in a lot of cases. No, I'm not intimidated by their confidence. I'm just not attracted to that. I'm just not attracted to the. It's like, for example, if someone was to, when I say like I'm not into these muscular women, I'm just not attracted to it. Everyone can have preferences. Obviously, not every woman is like that. I'm just. No, I'm just saying I'm not attracted to masculine women. Like, I find it quite off-putting, personally, and I think, I can probably speak for most men. I'm not saying every single man. If you're a feminine man, you probably would find a masculine woman attractive. Like, I believe there's usually some polarity in like I really can't be asked trying to just like with this fucking person. It's just like I'm not here to like argue or anything. I'm just, you know what I mean? I really can't be asked. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, if a woman wants to be, like, more attractive, then maybe she should embrace being feminine or something. But I don't know, unless she's just naturally more masculine. There is masculine women out there, but if they find that they're lonely because they've been brainwashed into feminism and being this kind of boss babe or something, and a lot of them end up not really being happy, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know how to hold this final D person, but I'm probably just gonna have to like get rid of it out the chat, because I really can't be asked just talking about this shit anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna like, I think I've said enough about this, and it's just people like take things out of context, and yeah, it's hard to really kind of say my thoughts without people trying to like skew things. I just don't really agree with how the there's conditioning of things, really, and yeah. So yeah, people are just kind of like speak and not listening. It's like they're just there to just try and defend and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah. I just like, yeah, you've got to speak your mind. It's like, yeah, it's my show at the end of the day. If people don't like it, then it's not for them. And people just get so easily triggered when I say my opinions on things. It's like, it's fine if you disagree, that's fine. You could say, well, I disagree, but it's when people start to act a bit kind of aggressive, like they're offended or something. But yeah, apparently, I mean, I've been like that, but before, but you have to learn to kind of, yeah. What do you mean they can swivel? Yeah, let them be triggered, just, yeah, I hope you're all well. I mean, if you want to be a masculine, well, I'm not saying that if that's truly your nature, there is some that are just naturally like that. But what I'm saying is that there seems to be this kind of promotion of like, for women to be this kind of way of being hustling, and it's not about being intimidated by that. I don't care. I don't care if they're confident. As in, like, I mean, if you want to be confident, whatever, it's like, I mean, but it's not it being intimidated. Like, I mean, I've built a level of confidence in myself. It's like, I just wouldn't really be into a more masculine woman who is just so like into the hustle and all that, and that just would not be really appealing to me personally. Yeah, men aren't intimidated by women at all. He is, yeah, that, what's it called? What's bollocks? Oh yeah, the mouth art. Oh yeah, let's do that, shall we? Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, there. Yeah. I've been just chilling, listening to the chat. Okay, so what do you think about the topics and stuff? I mean, it's like, I understand that, not everyone's going to agree, so, we should just respect that. We all have our different viewpoints and stuff. Slaving off for the corporations, what you're talking about. Hello, Yoon. Hope you're all doing well, people. Oh yeah, my last short's on 1,500 views, but no new subscribers. I don't know. What's Mighty Boosh? Hello, I am Colton. You're okay? Sounds familiar but unreal. You know about this thing? It's called the mouth heart. Women are into the hustle for financial independence. Yeah, but I think it's when it gets to a certain point where it becomes like beyond that, if you know what I mean. Like, I guess I have more traditional views on these sort of things, really. Yeah, Jew's harp, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Not saying that women should all be like stay at home, and I don't necessarily agree. I don't think that they should all be doing that personally. If they want to do that, that's fine. If they don't want to do that, that's fine too. But as in, like, if they become like really masculine and really like where they care more about their careers and family and things like that, that's a point where I'm like, I don't know about that really. Hello, Hercules. What's Vargan? What's Vargan? Messy. Okay. A traditional man at heart. I'm sure what you're saying. But if you believe in the law of assumption, you'll just attract whoever you believe that that you can attract to something. So if you think you can attract a kind of more like feminine sort of woman, then one of them is going to appear. Yeah. I'm just a bit kind of like, I don't know, it's just the whole thing of like the culture barrier and all that, but then again, the Western culture is kind of shit anyway at this point. But
Should women be in politics? We used to believe that the world politics was the world of men and the family was the women's world. To be honest, I think the whole thing of politics in general is a fucking joke. Like, so, yeah. I think politics in general is just a rigged game and it's just all corrupt anyway, so I don't really care about all that stuff because politics is just yeah. Speak about better things, guys. The right woman will be with you. Just project the right energy and see it in your mind's eye first. Change your environment, change your perspective, yeah. Hi Joshua, I'm 30 years old. Nice to meet you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. But yeah, it's just, you know, if you have this negative view on people, then you're just going to attract more negative people. You know? It's your subconscious mind, it's a powerful thing. It can either be your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on how you use it, really. Thank you for liking and subscribing. So where are you from, anyway? Tell us about yourself. Yeah, just talking about, you know, modern dating and how it's kind of like the dynamics of it and stuff. And but it's just that when I think the hustle culture in general is kind of toxic. I just think it's a toxic thing, really, that just ends up weighing people's soul down. And I think it's probably even more so for women because a lot of them just aren't naturally built for that. You know, women have their cycles, women have things that can, you know, it's just, men have generally more testosterone, which with testosterone you tend to, you know, be more into working hard. It's just, that's just the thing, right? The testosterone makes hard work feel good. Like, I think they've actually done some, you know, research on this, that testosterone, like when you actually, because this is why some people are trying to promote TRT. I don't recommend TRT because I don't think most men need it. But when men's testosterone gets higher, is what I'm saying, whether it's natural or otherwise, they're going to feel more motivated, they're going to feel more drive. But it's like, women are probably going to not be able to keep up that level without feeling burnt out and feeling just, I just don't think that it's for most women, just because biologically it's like women are built differently. Oh yeah, you take care, but it's like you get called sexist if you say these things. It's just there's biological differences between men and women. So you just gotta find what's right for you. Some women can just like, that might be for them, but it can just weigh their soul down because they don't feel like that deep down that they're really doing what they're supposed to be doing. And especially they get to a certain age where, you know, they could have had a kid and then they've not had one, and then they just feel like, what am I doing all this for? And they're just kind of, and in some cases they don't end up finding a good man because they've gotten older and they're not, you know what I mean? It's just, I hear a lot of things happen where they end up regretting these things. I'm saying this out of love. I'm not saying this to be nasty or anything. It's just that some people end up getting caught up in, to me, this whole boss babe thing is actually some kind of corporate kind of manipulation thing, or whatever you call it, to try and encourage more women to become slaves to the system, to become more kind of just, like, they go about being strong and independent, but yet they're going to just become some, like, you know, slave to a corporate boss or something, unless they start their own business, which then, that's cool if they start their own company and they can do things on their own terms, but then they just keep working up a career ladder, doing more and more hours, hustling more, like, yeah, like, I mean, I just don't think that most women are really just, you know, kind of like meant to be living that lifestyle. And I don't think even most men should be either. Because it's, that's just a way to just destroy your soul. You know what I mean? Hi, I'm a human. How you doing? Hope you're well today. That's my sister. She isn't happy, but she's one under the mayor. And who's your sister? Autistic. Yeah, so like autism, it depends on each person really, but I'm trying to like work through things. I've had times where I've been quite negative and quite isolated, and it does suck if you just kind of shutting yourself away from the world and being more isolated. It's like sometimes you would have to be encouraged into like, sort of trying to get out and meet people or whatever, but then sometimes I'll get into certain ruts and I would just kind of, like when I was a kid, I used to just play video games a lot, and until they started putting me into like certain groups where I'd meet people and stuff, but most of the time I'd just be kind of by myself a lot of the time. I did have some friends and stuff, but like that would come and go and stuff, but it was but I spent a lot of time by myself playing video games. I was a bit of a video game nerd when I was a kid. I just kind of went into my room by myself and just kind of shut the whole world out and just kind of focus on that. The city official, city management, in what you're saying, she's not happy. But it's like, I think if you're not happy, then why bother? It's like some people just want a certain status or whatever, and they because either to try and impress people or to try to feel some kind of sense of self-esteem, but ultimately that would be fleeting and just kind of basically it's not nourishing their soul, if you will. Yeah, it is sad. She sees my kids and it's sad she didn't have any. That's a shame. So it's just like a cautionary tale that, if you want to have kids as a woman, then you kind of like, you have to be, it's like maybe even like if you was to say, freeze your eggs just in case you did want to ever have them in the future. But then again, it's like, if you get to a certain age, there's no guarantees that that's going to even be successful, because the older you get, the more chances of some kind of, sort of like deformity or miscarriages happening. So, this is something that, so even if you do try to do the precautions where you freeze your eggs or something, what is your other option then? Surrogacy or something? Then you would have to have somebody else have your own kid. It's like, I don't think most people would do that. So, yeah, it's, I don't know. Hello, Musu Bangari. And I'm talking to you guys, I guess. She choose career-based, I choose family. Both of us have degrees and went through college, right? So, did you use your degree for anything? Or, because I hear a lot of people, they get degrees and stuff, and they like, they just never use it for anything. They end up in debt for nothing, which I think, so if you go into university, probably should try and use it for like, actually use a functional degree, if you will, as opposed to just some kind, this is my opinion anyway. Hello, Tanish. How you doing? Use it, functional degree. Yeah, like something like a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or something that when you get the degree, you're pretty much guaranteed a job in that. But you get all these people doing liberal arts degrees or social studies or whatever, and a lot of these don't have a lot of jobs in them. You want to probably have a degree that's going to pay dividends. And now some people say, oh, they're going to uni for the experience. You know what I mean? It's like, but I'm like, what do you mean the experience? Do you actually need to do that? Do you need to actually go to uni to have that experience? Is it not possible to meet people through other means? Like, people act as though uni is this like you know, like this kind of, like it's like some kind of paywall to get access to sort of society or some shit. I just find that a little bit odd to think that you have to go to uni just to have certain experiences. And the thing is, a lot of the experiences that I have is just degenerate anyway. Drinking copious amounts of alcohol and just doing a bunch of bullshit. A lot of them are doing a bunch of recreational drugs and all sorts of shit, you know? Like, why is that something that is, you know, kind of glorified? No, it's not, just to be honest what you mean. It's not always that way, word ways. Sometimes they will make you feel worse because of your honesty. Who's that? You know, or your family you're talking about. Yeah. Sometimes family is, I hear a lot of people saying that their family isn't always on their side and they're low-key wishing on their downfall and stuff and wishing that they don't ever get successful. Or a family that actually genuinely wants to help you. Because some families either don't care, or even worse, want you to fail. I hated uni, so I moved to an academic study dorm. Oh yeah. Then if your family makes you feel worse, walk your own path. Yeah, that's what you gotta do, really. Which is a shame, really, but because families should be there for each other, right? You know, they are the reason why you're here. So they should be, you know, trying to support you, and they took on that responsibility of having you, whether it was intentional or not. But they made their bed. Now they have to kind of deal with it. So you could argue that you should be able to just stay with your parents if you want to, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that brought you into this world. So if a parents are like saying something like, oh, you should move out now or something, say to them, oh, okay, well, why should I? You know, you're the one that brought me here, you know? Like, you were the one brought me into this world, why do I need to go now? You're just kind of being selfish, and you don't actually want to, they just want to throw you out to where you end up, like, costing more to live and shit, you know? But, I don't know. Thank you for subscribing. So, like, I don't know, it's just, I understand if, say, like, maybe in some cases you could argue that your family wants to downsize their property. But there's still a way you can probably live with them anyway. I mean, even if you just, like, pay a little bit of board or something to stay with them, but it's like, if you have a good family, they'll be happy to let you stay with them, and there's no, like, judgment on that. It's just that sometimes they'll be like, oh, isn't it your time to move out or something? And, you know, if you get on with your family, I don't see any reason to want to move on your own too quickly, because you could actually use that time to save up more money. Actually, like, imagine if you stayed with your family even just a few years longer, right? So you do the maths on this. You know, some people are spending like several £100s extra a month by just by the fact that they live on their own. That means there's several £100. Let's say a year you might be saving an extra £10,000, let's say, by staying with your parents. That means you could be saving in 5 years of £50,000, for example, because a lot of the bills are going to be split when you live with your parents. But there's been this kind of like, shaming of people staying with their parents. But I think at this point, like, there is more people that are doing that, and it's less shamed. But there's still this kind of stigma about it, isn't it? Oh, why are you still living with your parents? Aren't you, like, old enough to now be moving out or something? Like, people look down on that. But isn't it the most smart decision financially, especially if you're a young guy or a young woman, that you want to just stay with your parents for a while until maybe you can save up for a house? You know, maybe you stay with your parents until you're 30 maybe, or maybe even late 20s or whatever, until you've got enough to then buy a house maybe. You might even have enough to be able to buy it with cash at that point. You know, if you're thinking smart and you're like, okay, well, why would I want to just go out and then have to pay all this rent and just blow a bunch of money? You could like invest that money once you have enough. So it's all about being smart and being like, because people see it as like a failure if you're still living with your parents. But who's the real failure in the long run, right? The person who stayed with their parents a while longer to collect resources, to accumulate resources, or the person who just kind of didn't ever get to save much money when they were younger. Because there's this whole thing of like compound interest. Because let's say, for example, you stay with your parents for a while and then you put all those savings into some kind of index fund or something like that to accumulate long-term gains. This is what I'd probably do, like put it into some kind of index fund for a while, might be a good idea, or some kind of very high interest account or something. And then you could even, at a certain point, start investing in properties, start a fucking property business. Because you stayed with your parents for a while, maybe you could just stay with them. Because now you've got more money to invest. Why would you want to move out if you can just stay with them and barely cost anything to get by? It's like it's almost like a cheat code, right? But people see it as like a sort of, you know what I mean? It's people see it as being a loser. But who is the real loser if family is more complex than money though? But if what I'm saying is, if you get on with your family and if you can stay with them, then why not? Sometimes you might have some issues and stuff, but it's like, but it shouldn't necessarily be forever. But yeah, but if your family really, family should really be there for each other, is what I'm saying. They should want the best for their child, and if that means staying with them for longer so that they can invest more money, then they should be happy to do that. They shouldn't be all kind of like, oh, well, blah, 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 It's like, come on. Like, you should let them just kind of, just stay with you and whatever, and just, well, that's the thing, if you want to be, but it's like, you don't necessarily have to, kind of, like, what is it, leech off your parents. You actually contribute something. Like if they're say like they have a mortgage or whatever, and then you just maybe like chip in a little bit to it, right? Maybe you chip in like £100, £200 a month, let's say. And then you chip in a little bit on electric and stuff like that, right? Your cost of living would probably be only like a few £100 a month, like for bare essentials, So if you were, say, earning, like, let's say, even £2,000 a month, how much can you save every month and still have enough money to enjoy your life? It's basically, like, if you can actually do it, why not? Now, another option would be for people to, like, move in with other friends or something. Now, that might not always be possible, but, yeah, it's just, living on your own is very expensive. Living as a single person or just living without any family or friends, it's like a tax of living on your own kind of thing. Some might call it the single person tax or something. But to have a functional family then that can pool resources and be less dependent on employers and operate businesses. Exactly, because you're probably going to be able to leverage that to be able to start a business. In fact, your family should probably work together and start a business if you can pool all those resources together. Or maybe some friends, maybe, I don't know. But it should be family, really. They're the ones that brought you into the world. You know what I mean? Like, we should all be trying to help each other. Yeah, pool resources together so that we can... Because people used to do that a lot with like multi-generational households where they would, pool resources, they would stay with family. There wouldn't be this whole thing of like moving out and shit. It's just like, why is that necessary, But then again, I've moved out. I mean, it's just, one of those things. But yeah, the only thing is, right, when I was living with my dad and stepmother for a while, and she got a bit like, to be honest, it was a bit like a Karen, you could say, in some ways. It's like, it would just get a bit stressful, but I mean, if it came to it, I'd just be like, somebody who would just kind of keep out the way for the most part, maybe, I don't know. It would just be a roof over my head, basically. Somewhere to sleep at night. Like, I mean, if I had to go back there, I mean, I don't have to now, but if I did have to, like, go back there for whatever reason, but yeah, then it's like, I would probably just kind of keep out the way for the most part, because they could, like, clash at times, but, found my young school dropouts were gifted in different areas, just no one spent time with them. That's a shame. You're on about like how there's this whole thing of like when people have certain kind of like things going for them, that they're not any longer relatable to like most people who are just kind of these like losers in life, you could say, who they just went down the normal path and they just, they're not actually fulfilled by that, and they see somebody else who dropped out and then they started their own business and doing better than, than all these other people who were going to uni and trying to think that, oh, that's the way. They ended up with some just regular job. I know that my cousin just ended up with some regular ass job after graduating uni. She was doing some art degree, but it's like, well, what kind of jobs does that lead to? Some call them DOS degrees. They're not really that valuable in my opinion. What, you mean Hercules? Heracles, not Hercules. I mean, none of them. I mean, I don't agree with like Stalin and that sort of stuff, so I don't have strong family bonds anymore. I'm a solitary wanderer. No, it's a shame, like because I do think that, I think it's by design that they destroy the family unit and trying to because a weak family, I would say, contributes to a weak society. That might be quite a claim, but thank you, Dick. A weak society leads to, hello Raven. How you doing? So a weak family can cause a weak society. Hello Indian, how you doing? When societies aren't strong, then they have probably nothing to fight for if you don't have a strong connection to your family. Like, especially if, so this is why some people say that having children might be a good thing because you have something to fight for. Yeah, weak nation, yeah, so you're seeing this happening, the destruction of the family unit. And yeah, I remember someone was saying something about how, hello Phoebe, how you doing? You can have individual morals. Yeah, I agree. I don't have lots of girlfriends now. Anyway, so I don't have any girlfriend, to be honest. But anyway. So basically that when a man has a family to fight for, he's more motivated. He's more motivated to, become successful, basically. He's more motivated to want to work harder. Whereas a lot of guys who, they don't have that, then they're probably more likely to end up being complacent. You should have a girlfriend. Well, I should do what is right for me, so anyway. Yeah. Is everybody alright then? Hope you've all had a good day. What time are we on now? 13:34. What part of England am I from? York. Where are you from, Phoebe? Reminds me of Friends. There was someone called Phoebe off Friends, wasn't there? Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Remember that? Yes, Friends. I live with my mum and dad, yeah, so like I said, it's like, by living with your family, you're less dependent on the system, and that's what the system doesn't want. People can become more self-sufficient, and I mean, pooling resources together and stuff. Like, what are your thoughts about Scotland? You've been there before. I have been to Scotland, yeah. It's got some nice scenery and stuff. Like, I went to Loch Ness. I've actually been on Loch Ness. We went on a boat trip all around Loch Ness. So that was quite good. I'm from Buckinghamshire now, living just north of London. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've been to London a couple of times. I think I've been out 3 times or so, but yeah. I was at National History Museum the first time I went. That was a good trip. Have you been to Natural History Museum? We'll go to Scotland soon to wander around. Yeah, that'd be good. Where's my mum and dad? I don't actually live with them, but it's just what happened, right? I mean, hello, Stuart. I probably would have stayed there, but I just couldn't be bothered with all the. It's just my stepmother was a bit like. Basically, she was being all funny about like the whole kind of 2020 shit, and it was just. And she was also very like obsessive about me having everything clean, like to a certain point that was a bit too much for me to kind of. It was just stressing me out, basically, with cleanly. I mean, I think it being cleanly to a point is good, but it was just getting too much. So yeah. I mean, I was, like thinking about like being like a hermit or something, but I see some people doing like nomadic lifestyle where they travel around in a tent. So that can be an option for some people, but it's like it's not for everybody though, is it? Right to roam, what you mean? And about the nomadic lifestyle or something. It's just crazy that that's just illegal in England, but I mean, some people still do it anyway. Oh yeah, #van life. Is that something that you're doing or not? Or is that something you've thought about doing? It's just I don't drive, so that would be kind of not possible. But someone was talking about wanting to get a converted bus or something. And why a bus though? Why not just a van? Is it just because more space or something? Or they'll probably be quite expensive to run though, I guess. Depending on, yeah. Anyway. Scotland has great fishing spots. That's if you're into fishing, because not everyone wants to fish. But yeah, if that's something that you're into, then yeah, it could be. Yeah, isn't a lot of it from Scotland, isn't it? A lot of the fish that people get. Is Russia, you can get an acre of land from government to own in Siberia and live there for free. Oh, really? Oh, wow. But that would be pretty brutal to live in Siberia, though, wouldn't it? I'm not sure I'd want to live somewhere like that. The conditions there could be unforgiving. I'm starting to sound like Bear Grylls. The conditions in Siberia, one of Earth's most unforgiving environments. If you're in one of these environments, you got to be prepared. Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail. You know what that means? Igloo life. Igloo life, eh? Oh, goodness. I would like to live in an igloo with those Eskimos. They seem like great people. Tremendous people. Buckworm, hello. Happy birthday to Auntie Mabel. Oh, thank you, Phoebe. You're a wonderful person. They're like saying that I'm in the Epstein files, but they're fake news. America is 80% formable and livable. We hit the jackpot with America. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, unity. Oh, yeah, speaking of unity, I've been talking about this idea of unified field consciousness theory, that basically there's only one soul in the universe, and that everybody is actually just a reflection of that unified soul. How about that? That's some kind of trippy theory, isn't it? Yeah. Is that what you're saying? But that's something I've been really pondering a lot on, and it makes more sense than a lot of the other theories to me, really. But in Alaska and northern Canada, you are, if you're a skilled lumberjack or farmer or hunter, you would not just be allocated a lot of land, hundreds of acres, but also a monthly allowance, money, cars, parks, etc. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Don't mess with my brain like that. Oh, yeah. Can you beat Mike Tyson in a boxing match? Probably not. I don't have a GF now. Hello, Akash. How you doing? Hello, Carissa. Good to see you again. You just need to provide a percentage of your yield to the government. Oh, really? I suppose that could be a way of doing that. What are your thoughts on like creating a solar farm? I don't know if you can do it in this country because we don't have. I suppose if you've got like, I suppose with solar farms you get like, if you've got like 360 degree sort of, but I've heard that it can be quite hard to get them approved and stuff. But yeah, the solar farms are like, who's Latino? I wonder how many people are taking those lands in Alaska. Is there a demand for that? I don't know. It's just not many people would want to live in such a harsh condition, I don't think. But I remember there was this guy who lived off-grid in Alaska, and yeah. Hello, Barry. I think he sold like chickens, eggs, or something like that to like make a bit of money so that he can, because he's not going to be able to be completely off-grid. If you have an internet connection, for example, then you're going to have a way to supplement it, aren't you? I mean, I don't know about unity. I mean, part of me wants to, but at the same time, I feel like marriage can be some kind of trap for some people. But then again, it's like, if you believe that, then... So I'm starting to believe that maybe that whatever you believe in is kind of like a curse. So if you think certain words, then that could curse it into reality. So we have to be careful what we're thinking. So if we think that we're going to get screwed over, then maybe we're more likely to. Hello, okay. Hello, El Picasso, how are you doing today? Hope all is well. Right, we can't have that name in here, can we? Goodness. Anyway, I'm probably going to restart soon, but anyway. Unity says you have to find the right one. Yeah. It's all about just, like I said, some people, they look so much for red flags. The problem with that is that you don't see green flags. We have to look for green flags in people, really. Because whatever you focus on, you'll see more of, is how I see it. Well, that's to buy my own land, but isn't safe if you can't defend it. Yeah, true. Yeah, because it could be a bit tricky because other people might try and trespass it and stuff. The random philosophical moments. Yeah, no, it can get a bit philosophical at times and think deeply about what are we doing here? Why are we alive at this moment in time? And it's part of life, just like yin and yang. Yeah, the whole kind of duality, and you can't have one without the other and all that kind of thing. because I'm thinking like about consciousness and how maybe we can't have consciousness without, matter, and we can't have matter without consciousness. They're just both like integrally linked, if you call it that. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like maybe they're all intrinsically linked together, the consciousness and the material world, the universe. It's all kind of like one and the same thing, because material is just a projection of your consciousness or something and then your consciousness is just a way of kind of validating the world, but without that way to validate the world, there is no world, if you know what I mean. You're a pro-mortalist. What do you mean? I've heard about antinatalism. Are you somebody that say, why does my camera have the shakies? What do you mean? What's up with my camera? A lot of enemies. Main one is my government. Well, yeah, it comes back to the point of like, some people will sort of like have this defeatist mindset. Oh, the government's out to get me, so they never actually try to better themselves. We have to sort of, as soon as you believe there's nothing can stop you, then you're just gonna like have a lot more power. Yeah, there's certain things that try and get in the way, but a lot of it's the mindset, I know it sounds kind of cringy, cliche, but I do think there is some truth to it, that if you believe that someone's out to get you, then that's a very, it can become like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do I have trust issues? I mean, I've had some trust issues and I'm trying to work on that, but it's just I'm starting to change my perspective on things about, if I don't trust in things, then maybe that leads to things confirming my lack of trust. So if I don't trust in a woman, for example, then maybe I receive things that confirm that. Well, this sounds all very esoteric, and a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's, there might be something fundamental about this reality that basically reacts to your beliefs in it. Hello, nonsense, Reiner, is it? It is better not to expect anything, better to expect people to be human. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's like, I think we should expect someone to be loyal and faithful at the very least. No one's going to be perfect, but it's like, there's certain bare minimum things that you should expect, and you know what I mean? There are certain things you should just expect. There should just be a given. But yeah, because if that person then doesn't even do the bare minimum, then yeah, I would just not entertain them anymore, and just, it's like there's certain things that, so I could be a very loyal person, but as soon as you betray me, then that's it. That's over. Never allow one bad egg to destroy your happiness. Learning from mistakes are always good. Yeah, exactly. Jesus is not God because Jesus needs Father to be born, need food to survive, and a God is not dependent on anything. What if Jesus and God are one and the same thing, and that basically consciousness is actually Jesus and God at the same time? It's kind of like the thought process that I'm going down. Doing fine, thank you, Alfie. How are you doing? What we're saying. If you have a red button which you can end the existence of all beings peacefully, would you press it? No, I would not. I don't want to. Basically, it's against the will of people. So, hello, Cloud9. No, I'm not Christian. It doesn't matter what you believe. and there is a higher power up there. Well, I see that what if we are the higher power, that is like the higher self, like the hive mind consciousness. Bad people rise the ranks in society. What do you mean? Are you talking about bad people encourage good people to do better? Is that what you're saying? Or it is wrong to think of people as good or bad. Everyone is capable of being both. Well, people are capable, but it's ultimately at your choice. If you choose the bad path in life, then you're more bad, I guess. But some might say it depends on people's upbringing and their experiences. But it's like we can choose to do the right thing. Like if say you see someone struggling and you ignore them, then it's like I think you're a bad person. Then, like if you go and help them, then it's like you're a good person. It's like you're either good or bad. It's like you know that you have two choices. You either do the right thing, or you do the wrong thing in life. I've thought about that curly toes, but I'm trying to make sense of things. Really, it's like if you have a friend who is nice to you but cheats on his GF, but I still think that he's not really that good then if he's going to do that. I probably wouldn't really be friends with him if he's going to do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Just because he's nice to you doesn't mean he's a good person. Sometimes people are just good people because they want something out of you or something like that. Like they might be trying to manipulate or something and just act all nice, but to me it's a lack of morality if you're just going to cheat. Like I said, I think that you should just like leave the person that you're with if you're going to cheat on them, and that's how I see it. Will you be my friend? I mean, I don't know you, so I wouldn't really consider someone as a true friend unless I've actually met them in person. Like a lot of people will. Phoebe says, "Bess, who you talking to there?" Yeah, was that V1 birth, but not his ethics. It's really pretty cool to live and do things, even if it is suffering. I'm pretty anti-natalistic. I'm against any utilitarianism, right? Yeah. I mean, it's like there is going to be suffering, but it's not all suffering, is it? This whole focus on the negative is the problem, where it causes a lot of like nihilism and just it's like there's a lot of like kind of some of these people seem to have a quite dark triad kind of personality traits. I think they found with like these sort of anti-natalists and stuff. Like they're very kind of like, you could say quite entitled sort of people, expecting that things always have to be perfect, otherwise it's like, I don't know, they think that any suffering is like, would, I don't know, be like sort of unjustified or so. I mean, it's like, as in that it doesn't justify existence or something. I mean, to me it's a very skewed way of living. It's like they see things from their own perspective, but they can't seem to see it from other people's perspectives that are actually doing better in life. It's like they have this very kind of single-minded view of things, where just because they're suffering doesn't mean that the whole world is as much suffering as they are. Like, okay, it's like, yeah, I understand you have some issues going on, but you might find that life is suffering from your point of view, but while everyone suffers to some degree in life, some, you could say, suffer more than others. So anyway, it's like they're projecting their own misery basically on the world and saying that, oh well, just because I suffer, therefore I expect that everyone else is. It's a very self-centered view of reality, is what I'm saying. Oh, thank you, Justin. what is the point of life? Suffering is the purpose. No, suffering is not the purpose, is it? Like, suffering is basically suffering is just usually it's something that is temporary unless there is certain times where people suffer, like they have chronic health problems that make them suffer. If you're lucky and you have health and you know what I mean? Yeah, I know I do get some quite radical people, unfortunately, but it's just, what is the point of eating when you're gonna get hungry anyway? Is that the same kind of like logic of that? I mean, the hell? Is suffering very subjective? I mean, well, they say one man's trash is another man's treasure. Certain things can make people suffer and other things not so much. I guess it depends, like some people struggle with dealing with boredom, for example, whereas some people are okay with solitude and not being so stimulated. So there is a subjectivity to it. What's the company? The bikes. I haven't been on it for a while. I haven't been on my bike for a while. I've been doing mainly like gym workouts and stuff lately. As you can see, I do a lot of that stuff. I do it on my shorts and things like that. I'm probably going to get a new short out at some point today. But I don't know what I'm going to do for a short, because I don't know if I'll be training today, because I went pretty hard yesterday. I did like a full body session, which when I've done stuff like that, lateral raises are good for delts. Hello, SD. Because if you're just doing overhead movements, then you might not be able to get massive side delts. But I wouldn't really call them side delts, because they're actually technically they call them the medial delts. Side delts is kind of a stupid name for them, because they're all sides, I guess, different sides of your delts. It's a bit kind of, you know what I mean? It's just a silly name for them. Well, they call them side because they think of like lateral raises. No longer my language, what you mean. But anyway, hello Cloud9. Yes to everything people say. Everything is a struggle. Waking up and getting out of bed is our first struggle. Some people don't want to, but they have to. Everything is a decision to struggle and thrive, or dwell and fester. Well, it's just the whole thing of like delayed gratification and this idea of the reward is worth the struggle kind of thing. You have to find some reward that is worth struggling for. You know what I mean? Like finding some purpose in life, whether it be some kind of something greater than yourself or something, maybe some kind of charity event that you want to take part in, and use that as a motivation to get you to go through the grind, to then be able to have that sense of glory, knowing that you've been able to complete that. Maybe you want to just go and do some marathon or something, but you're going to have to train for that. It gives you something to motivate yourself to look forward to, really. But I'd say that you make your own purpose in life. Finding your own purpose. Did not expect this level of spiritual enlightenment from this live. Are you being serious, or are you just? I don't know if you're trying to. I'm not sure if you're trying to like. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure if you're being serious here, because sometimes people like to make snarky comments and stuff. So I'm just wondering, like, what do I think of? What do you think by reincarnation? I mean, who knows? I mean, the reincarnation, I've not got there yet, so we'll just have to see, won't we? When we die, but then we might not even know, because what if when you get reincarnated you don't even remember your previous life? So we're just kind of like, we'll never know, will we? Because every time you get born again, you're going to assume it's your first life because all the previous memories will be wiped. No, like, it's actually funny you have an interesting, good answer for everything. Oh, really? Did you say you was from near London? Was it you, or hang on? I've not got there yet. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's just, how would I know? I mean, there's people were saying that they've had near-death experiences, but I'm not 100% sure if they're to be relied on. But yeah, some people just believe everything that they see on the internet, and that can be quite it's good to be open-minded, but what is it? Be open-minded. Reese, what do you mean, Reese? Yeah, Reese, me, who's Reese? Hello, Soko Life. So we're saying, be open-minded, but not so open-minded that your brains fall out. You know what I mean? Like, and this whole thing of, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. As in, like, basically, sometimes we have to make some kind of conviction with something that, because I was actually called a fence sitter a while ago, and I think we have to find something that we can kind of have some kind of conviction in something. We can't just be a fence sitter for life, I think, because, I mean, we can sit on the fence in certain things that we don't know, but if you have this mentality that we can't know anything, then you just lost. That's me, it was a typo. Hang on. Reese. What do you mean, Reese? Oh, yeah, that's me. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what you meant. Reese. Who's Reese? Is that some kind of like... Are you thinking about someone called Reese? And it was some kind of like a Freudian slip type of thing where you were thinking about Reese and then that's what you put. Because I have things where I'll be like thinking about something and then like I'll be typing away and then I would end up typing the wrong word. Oh, there is no Reese. Alright. Huh. Yeah, Reese. Well, about purpose of life, I like what Taoism says. What does that say? Isn't that to do with like Buddhism and stuff like that? I mean, hello, you're exactly right. If you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. That person isn't any good to anyone. Yeah, exactly. You have to find some conviction in something. If you have no morals and no kind of, you're just this fence sitter, this kind of, you know, just this wishy-washy kind of person. Because you'll see people just kind of, they'll switch up their opinions and, you know what I mean? But they're just too open-minded in that sense. Hello, Eva Outdoors. Good day, mate. Yeah. So, like I said, it's hello. Yeah, I'm from the UK. Well, yeah, I'm in England. L9XII. Yeah, I hope you're well today. Anyway, yeah, how you doing, Eva? You okay? But I try to answer everything. Sometimes I struggle to answer certain things. Sometimes people put me on the spot, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, it can be a bit awkward sometimes when trying to like answer certain things because it's hard to think on the spot of an answer for something so deep sometimes. Sometimes things would have to be left with me to kind of ponder and research maybe so to get an answer, but yeah. Taoism says life doesn't need any purpose. We exist and that's enough. Just like water flow, it doesn't have any purpose. Wind flows, doesn't need any purpose. I mean, no, Kirk. Oh, really? Well, I'm not surprised with that. So basically, I would say you find your own purpose. Now you could be right. There's no intrinsic purpose to life, but I would say that it's important to find your own purpose because a purpose is a reason to live. Basically, like a reason to live is a purpose.
what are we here to do? The purpose could be just to have a good time. For some people, the purpose is to help others. Yeah, that's why I was impressed with these immediate, thought-provoking philosophical responses. Oh, really? Oh, that's good. Kirk says, can you do Jason Statham impression? No, I can't. I can do Donald Trump, and I can do fucking Golden fucking Ramsay. That was fucking raw. To be honest with you, I'd rather eat fucking cat food than eat another fucking bite of that shit. Read it. It's a good book. Where I've read it. It changed many things in my view. What was that? Hang on. What was the? I think having no morals is a morality to kind of like being many-faced, being a personality. Are you on about two-faced people you're talking about? Hello, Sherber. How are you doing? Good to see you again. You have to look at Jason Statham's voice. I could do like the Russell Crowe thing a little bit, where it's like Maximus Decimus Meridius, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, really? Oh, goodness. But I like to be thought-provoking and kind of have people kind of like think things differently. Challenge people's worldview on things, even if it's wrong. It's good to like question why is it that you believe what you believe. A lot of people don't really think about why is it that I believe these things. Why do I believe this to be true? A lot of it's just because they've been taught that. They've just been suggested things. But they don't actually know why they even believe what they believe. They just kind of, a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. What the hell? Optimus Prime, no. Oh yeah, Gladiator, yeah. Yeah, it was a long time ago that I saw that, but yeah. My purpose of life is simple. It's just live a happy life, yeah. But for some people, I think that you have to kind of like find a way to be happy, as in maybe that's the purpose of like something greater than yourself. Maybe that's to find a way of maybe it's to help your family. Maybe that's what it is for some people. Maybe it's giving advice to people. Maybe it's helping people with their weight loss goals or whatever it might be. You know, if you have some value to bring to the world and you can help people by giving them their value, then I can give people a sense of purpose and a sense of pride. And like I said, the ego, people say the ego is the enemy. I don't agree with that. I don't know, who was it that said the ego is the enemy? There was some philosopher, but I think it's like an oversimplification of things. Like people see things as black and white, where it's like ego is bad. Ego that's not in check is bad. The ego itself is not. The ego is required to get up and actually do anything, because I would say that if you, now some people might say, well, they don't have an ego and they're just kind of, like they're just living just to be happy, like you said. They're just into their hedonism and just having pleasure. But I think it is important for a lot of people to have some sense of importance, to feel a sense of self-esteem, and because you get a lot of people just end up, if you're just living purely just for like hedonism and like mindlessness, that's like self-destruction. By having a motivation to be part of something greater, I think that it's going to lead to more fulfillment. But I think they find that this whole hedonistic treadmill doesn't actually work. It just ends up, you just stay on this treadmill of don't fall for the ego stuff, it's weak. What do you mean? You're on about the what are you saying, that ego is bad, or are you saying that it's good, or what are you saying what do you mean by that, L-Dog? I feel like that's
becoming an all too common mentality though, especially with young guys. In about this whole thing of ego is bad, like full stop. I just think that it's, I don't know, it's good. Without it, we will all be the same animal. Yeah, now I understand what people like Yogi with his philosophy on it, with the A Course in Miracles and all that, with the whole idea that his idea is that the ego is an illusion. But, I mean, what do you mean it's an illusion or it doesn't exist, is what he says. It exists in your mind. It's something that your mind creates as a way to keep you going, I believe. That without it, no one would want to. I don't think many people would want to actually get out of bed or do much, because they would just kind of, like I said, they would just probably just stay in bed, just eat crisps. They would just watch TV, which would just lead to more depression in the long run, I believe, because they're not actually getting out, doing anything. They're just becoming more and more complacent because they feel like there's no purpose. Their only purpose is hedonism, which leads to, I believe it leads to depression. I don't have depression now. I hate forgiving. Yogi forgives trolls. He likes being walked all over. Yeah, this is the thing. I think that if you take it too literally, this kind of forgiving people, I think that's a problem. When it says forgiving, it means just letting go of like grudges and things like that. I can agree with that, but it's when people are just kind of walking all over you. You should not have to tolerate that. If someone is actually negatively affecting you, because I think that might be why Yogi probably doesn't have that many people watching. Like, he's got like over 9,000 subs, but yet, like, I mean, his views haven't really gone up in the last year or so that I've been watching him. And I don't know if certain people are getting put off. I got banned for speaking up. Yeah, that's not good, is it? I mean, I think he's a good guy and all that. It's just, yeah. Now, I think I was saying this I might have been saying this to Squirrel or whatever, and how, yeah, because people would say, like, you know, if I'm just having all these trolls and they're not getting, you know, kind of like, I mean, I try to, like, I like to ban people, but if people start disrespecting me, then they're going to get timed out immediately. Like, we're not going to, and I'll probably time them out for like a day or something. Because I'm not going to put up with shit like that, you know? It is kind of, like you say, it's weak. You know, if you're going to, like... But, you know, it's just I don't think it's doing him much favours, to be honest. Because if people are going in there and they're getting, like, attacked, they're just going to find it, like, harassing and shit, so... I don't know. But, I mean, I'm trying to balance it out. It's like, you know, sometimes people will say some stupid shit, and I'll just time them out, you know? It's like, whatever, just... Yeah, but what matters to me is how now criminalized by the people who have deconstructed the family, my culture, traditions, heritage, and identity, right? Hello, Sharon, me, the super real. What do you mean? Okay. There's a level of trolling that's acceptable. People asking you dumb questions is YouTube. Yeah, that's the thing. It's when people start attacking other people. Like, they start attacking people in the chat. You know, just... They shouldn't be putting up with that, you know? Like, there was somebody in my chat called Cece who started to kind of... You know what I mean? Like, they just... Like, it should be a safe place for, like, people coming in here that, you know, that they can say their mind, but it's like someone else can disagree, but they shouldn't be, like, attacking other people, you know? So I can't be doing with shit like that, you know? Yeah, a bit issue. Like, I can't be doing with that. It was Zazu. You know, I can't be doing with shit like that, you know? Is Phoebe still there?
Well, so I feel that's becoming an all too common mentality though, so you have to read that one there. Like just being focused on themselves and what they want, no real morals. Yeah, I suppose like, I think it's just, there is the whole thing of like, focusing too much inward and all that. Is that what you're saying? This whole kind of, now it's good to be introspective and like, but people should be like introspective and looking inward to kind of, as a way of self-reflecting to kind of learn to be a better person. But yeah, like there's times where we need to be on our own with our own thoughts and kind of think about ourselves, but it should be not just for you, but a greater good. Because some people say that something like, it's, you have to be selfish to be selfless, where it's like, you have to try and become a better version of yourself, which is then going to improve how you are with other people. Like, if you're depressed or if you're going through a bad mental time, then basically you're, what was I saying? So, if you're going through some shit, then you need to just kind of, like work on that, not just for you, but you're actually going to be a better service to others. Like if I'm all negative and depressed, like what good am I to anybody in that state? You know what I mean? Oh, you unsubbed from Yogi? Oh, really? I didn't know that. All right. Can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah, that's it. That's right. If you're negative all the time, then like you're just gonna then have this negative outlook, and you're also gonna think that you can't do anything to help others, and or just have no motivation to. So by thinking more positively, then you're gonna have a more vibrant energy about you, which is gonna attract better people, and you're also going to attract the right kind of people who are just really seriously looking for help. And if you can help them, then you should, but you can only do that if you're ready to do that. Kat says she's 38, her hands look 55. They're all liars, Jamie, all of them. Yeah, I don't know, like, why would she say she's 38 then? I don't know. Is it to try and make herself look like she's some kind of, oh, look at me, I'm 38 years old or something, I don't know. But yeah, why does she not show herself on camera or something? Like, I don't know. She was trying to trap Big Al. Oh, really? What are you saying that Kat was? Oh, God. How to have opinions on philosophical topics. Well, you're going to have to do some research and kind of try to just kind of look at different sides. And it's really about educating yourself on different topics around philosophy to like understand different points of view, and then kind of have a informed kind of like decision on what you kind of believe in. It's just somebody that's with Yogi now. So what you're saying that like, what you think that Kat's manipulating Yogi or something, or what's going on with all that? I don't know. I mean, I've seen her here a few times, but like, why would she lie about being 38 then? Look at her and tell me she's 38. She was 38 years ago. Oh, God. That is like, I don't know. So what was she trying to do? Is she like trying to like, I don't know. She's saying you're trying to trap Big Al or something. So is that why she was saying she was 38 or something? Because how old is Big Al anyway? He doesn't sound like he's anywhere near as old as Yogi anyway. Do I need good books I can read? I mean, there's some like self-help books like Psycho-Cybernetics and stuff like that, which is about the mind. But like as for like philosophy, there's just stuff like that you can look into, like ancient Greeks and stuff like that, and they have different philosophies on things like Stoicism and and things like that. And like you got your ancient ones like Plato, Socrates, all those, you know, like it's Aristotle, all those different like old, you know, ancient Greek philosophers. They have a lot of different theories and stuff. And then you've got also philosophers like, I think Marcus Aurelius is another one as well. You've also got psychologists like Carl Jung, who have like, you know, kind of got some different, I think they kind of delved a bit into philosophy, but they're more into like, yeah, anyway, psychology and stuff. What's terrible? Okay, whatever, just go away. What do you mean like his skin is ashy? Why do they just keep coming and being negative, you know what I mean? Anyway, Lord of the Rings, oh yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Breeze, you're welcome. So anyway. Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's much older than me anyway. So, if she's actually 55 years old, then that would mean that she's like way older than him. Yeah, I've heard about Friedrich Nietzsche. I don't know too much about these people, but I need to look more into it. I'm kind of like a person that's just like, I just know bits about different things. But, yeah, she's a granny. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, like, what is she trying to do, like, with that, do you think? Don't read Nietzsche if you don't understand European philosophy at all. Why? Do you need context for it or something? Phoebe says haters. I know, they're just all jealous, bitter people, you know? But, you know, you just gotta, like, you know, just not let it get to you, you know? I mean, you should read whatever you want to read. Well, yeah, that's it, you know, King. Like, people say, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Trap Big Al, I've seen her on a different channel being nasty, hypocritical of her. What channel was this on? I remember there was that Stewart guy who apparently was, you know, some kind of convicted predator or something, apparently. Did you hear about all that shit? But he's been like, he changed his name on YouTube. Like, why the fuck has he changed his name for? It's kind of weird, isn't it? I keep seeing him in like fucking Daisy Mays Live, but he's like hidden behind a different name or some shit, because is that because people have exposed him or something, and then it's like he's trying to hide his identity or some shit. Yeah. But that Stewart was like, I don't know. Yeah, apparently some predator, supposedly. I don't know 100% certain, but people have told me that this guy is, yeah, that's what I've heard anyway. Oh yeah, Fisherman's Lodge, yeah. Yeah, he was like, yeah, part of that fishing community that, you know, part of that whole, yeah, because people who went to like Yogi's Live and stuff, and he used to be on there like almost like every day. That's Fisherman's Lodge, but yeah, he changed his name for some reason, and I don't know. Mark's channel, yeah, he used to mod in there, didn't he? I think. Oh no, he didn't mod. I don't think, did he? Hang on. No, I don't think he got a mod. I think he wanted a mod in there or something, but then he was bitter or something because he wouldn't mod him up or something like that. Listen to audio first in chunks and then read it thoroughly. Okay. What does that mean, L-Dog? So what do you mean she was trying to trap Al? Was it some kind of like, I don't know, like what you mean, like, because is it like a sort of thing to just like manipulate him, you're saying? Is that what was happening? She was trying to like pretend to be like into him or something, and then kind of, Like, you don't know what's going on, do you, with some of these things? And Yogi's the type of person that could be quite, you know, like, because of the forgiveness and all that, he could be seen as somebody that can be walked all over. I think reading is a better mental exercise than audiobooks, and it sticks more when you read rather than listen, possibly. It's just one of those things when you, takes longer to get through it, but it requires more mental effort. Sometimes audiobooks can be better when you can just do something else. Let's say you want to get your steps in, so you walk on a treadmill, listen to an audiobook. I think there's benefits to doing that, because it's just, you can just kind of have it on casually and just, yeah. Like, whereas reading, you have to sit down and really kind of concentrate, and it can take you hours to get through it, and yeah. But then sometimes the things that take longer, sometimes are better. Hello, Lydia. How you doing? Hey, Breeze, you're welcome. I might restart the live, guys. I'll be back shortly.